Today, we're gonna break down an early released update for every single one of us. Now, Epic replied to somebody on their Reddit stating that they released an update prematurely. It doesn't work as well as they would like it to work just yet because, again, this was an early release. However, we still do have the benefit of experimenting with this for now until they release it, likely in the next update. And your guys' support this month has been absolutely amazing, so if this video hits 500 likes, I'll choose one person down in the comment section to give a $10 V-Bucks gift card to. Now, before we show off this secret update, I do want to talk about two live tweets that Epic put out earlier today. That first one was earlier in the morning when you tried to load into a game, you constantly got an error that said it was failed to fetch worlds or matchmaking errors. They did tweet out and say that they fixed that issue, so to anybody having issues loading into the game earlier today, that should be fixed. The second thing that they tweeted out today was that the Bright Bomber Village quests were actually not progressing towards the bonus goals, so they have to try to fix that. They did say that this isn't fixed just yet, but they are looking into it. So if you have been playing the Bright Bomber Village area and you have been trying to do the quest to get the bonus goals done, unfortunately, there should be an error preventing you from doing that. If you don't have an error, that's awesome, but if you do, just know they are working on a fix right now. And in order to do this, I had to go into my regular survival world, and it instantly reminded me of how great I had it here. After hiring the best builders, and now I look at this old base, I miss it so much. Hopefully one day my expert world can be just as nice as this. So in order to take advantage of this brand new trick in game, you're just going to need a wrench. If you guys already have a build available or an aircraft available, that's all you need. But if you don't, you need 4 cord, 4 flexwood, 4 silk fabric, and 4 torches in order to take advantage of this, because you need to make 1 large dynamic foundation and place down a few balloons. So before this update happened, when you place down a large dynamic foundation and then you put balloons on top of it, which you're going to do for the next part of this video as well, when you would use the balloons to lift yourself up in the air, the downside to doing all of this is that in order to get yourself down, if you didn't have an automatic landing vehicle, which are able to be created, you had to actually break down these balloons in order to get your vehicle down. The downside to this is that some of your loot would get stuck in the air and float, or some of you guys would simply fall off the side, just like what I did. But Epic actually went in and put in a nice little fix for every single one of us, which removes that aspect of the game. Now, I forgot to mention that you guys probably also want to carry some wood and then 1 blast powder with you. This is so that you could use an activation switch. You guys could also do this with a driver's steering wheel as well. I just wanted to make sure that you guys kind of got the gist of what we were able to do here. So I'm going to have that activation switch down and then place 4 balloons on the outside. When you guys use your wrench on the switch, you can see that you can have access to 3 different channels. I'm just going to only have this switch work on channel 1. The new feature is that you could actually put channels onto balloons. That wasn't in the game before, and now that kind of opens up the possibility to do so much more within the game. So now when I go in and I press interact on that activation switch, you can see I could turn off the balloons. So there's no more reason to break them anymore, as I could just continue to switch the switch over and over and over again and then bring myself further down. And like I said, these still need updates, so they're not perfect. Mine got stuck in the air, so I guess I have to go up there and bring it back down to the ground. And the moment that nobody has been waiting for, can we make this jump? Yes, we made the jump, and now we can bring this dynamic foundation down. I think that you guys saw in the last clip exactly what's wrong with this, because again, it is an awesome feature when it gets added, but there's a few downsides. Number 1, all 4 of your balloons now get put into the center, and they also seem to be unbreakable. So you have to break the entire dynamic foundation down in order to get all of your materials back, or break 1 single balloon, or break all 4 balloons. I also know that people are going to ask, because the small red balloons are a little bit harder to hit, what if you placed a larger balloon down? Are those able to be broken? And spoiler alert, the answer would be no. Even though you put down one of the larger balloons, which does make more sense because you get the same height as 4 red balloons on each corner, the downside to this is, yes, you could still use the channels on the balloon, but you still, once you activate this, turn this on or off, you can't punch that balloon. You see that for whatever reason, it goes through the dynamic foundation, and then that makes it impossible for you to actually attack. Again, they did say that they are going to work on this and then hopefully come out with a fix. I imagine that that will be in the next update, which is in mid or end of July, and then we're really going to be able to see exactly what we can do with this new feature. Now, in the last blog post, Epic said that they are listening to community feedback and making changes on it. Having this balloon added is absolutely awesome. However, it doesn't do too much for us until we get a fourth channel. That'll allow us to actually activate a channel to lift us up while still having the ability to go forward, left, and right without having to bind two of those movements together. Hopefully they do listen to us. I think that this update when it comes to the balloon is a step in the right direction, and it was nice that they kind of gave us a little bit of a sneak peek to it. However, I think that a fourth channel along with this update would do extremely well. Now, something I forgot to mention in my last video is how to get the elegant pieces inside of your surface area. All you want to do is talk to one of your villagers inside of the survival mode. I don't know if this works inside of expert mode. I believe I saw Kaz do it inside of his expert mode, but for myself, they wouldn't ever give me any of these pieces. So I went back into my survival world and they gave it to me immediately. All of the elegant counter pieces unlock inside of the surface tab inside of the furniture area. Again, if it doesn't work, I believe that you can just continue to sign in and out of your game, and that'll slowly unlock some of the pieces. But you can see in the top left, all of the building recipes unlock simply by talking to a villager. Now, I wanted to end off today's video a little bit differently. Right now on screen is the community feedback section for Epic's official LEGO Fortnite Discord. You can get into this Discord simply by going ahead and going to the website. I believe they have it linked on there. Or you could simply type in LEGO Fortnite on Discord and their official Discord should show up. The reason why I'm trying to show you guys this is because they do have a section for feedback and suggestions. That way that they can read what we need them to do in the game. I believe that this is where they're getting some of their feedback from, as it is a direct message to them so that they could see things that we need to add in. I went ahead and crafted up my own little set of adjustments that I believe that need to be added into the game. One of those was a fourth thruster. I also asked them to remove the requirement of torches for campfires, add back the upgrade to the crafting bench, add copper bars back to metal crates, and that content needs to go in all pre-existing bases. Everybody uploads onto here very often, it seems. When it comes to the feedback section, you guys can see there are people on here every few hours telling Epic about something that they need to do inside of the game in order to make it better. I don't know if this is the best place for it, but I imagine that they created this so that they are able to occasionally look in here, see maybe what's the most updated area of here. That way that they could add these things or remove them from the game. Again, I don't know if we're wasting our time, but I do think that if you guys have suggestions for Epic, either go onto my post on here and leave a comment or an upvote on it, or create your own if I missed anything and let Epic know what you guys think needs to be added into the game.